Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted episode 176. Coming to you live via the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favourite shows. I am, of course, your host, Bison. And today I am joined by the man joining us, of course, from the void of his own mind, the Joker. And the newest team member coming to us from your local nightclub, of course, LimpstarUK Craig. All right, boys, how we doing?
Hello, guys.
Living a dream.
Living the dream. How was your break, buddy? How was your break?
Yeah, it was much needed, to be fair. It was all right. I survived, crossed the border, didn't kick too many asses, and managed to come back all in one piece.
Fair. And the main thing is that you don't look a day over 67.
Yeah, that's it. Don't get me wrong. Some days I feel 67, but yeah, I appreciated the comments that you guys said last week, and I appreciate everyone who said happy birthday. I had to put on my monocle and calm down my basset hound, and put some logs on the fire for me to enjoy it in my high back chair. But yeah, it was it was still good. I appreciate it.
Alrighty.
Oh, I'd love a basset hound now.
What about you, Joe? What about you, man? What have you been up to this week?
Not anything particularly exciting. I did manage to catch the main event of WrestleMania Night 2. I must admit, it wasn't spectacular, but given that I didn't see what happened in Night 1, then I can't complain too much. And what I did see before the 10 minutes of filler about towards the end was really good from both Cody and Roman Reigns. And congratulations to Cody Rhodes. But
he's still boring though, any Roman.
Yeah, he's jacked as hell. He looks amazing, but he's still. I switched off because of Roman Reigns being pushed too much in 2016, and it's just the same. It's just copy and paste with bigger muscles, and a bit more charisma. But most of that's due to Paul Heyman.
That's true. That's true.
And congrats to Paul Heyman as well for getting into the Hall of Fame. That's well deserved as well.
Yeah, legend. Paul Heyman is a legend. There is no doubt about that. Can I just say a quick hello to Eric Isaac? Mears in the house. Mick Brook has joined us. Zach Bonifer. I've said Mir already. We've got Norris Sparks. Fuck AEW. Not watching it today. Not giving them the rating. Okay, cool. Whatever, mate. Is that all related to the recent release
AEW?
of CM Punk footage or something? I don't know. I didn't see it.
What is that all that about? All I know is that the Young Bucks are releasing some footage back from like 6 months ago, which is to just hype up some former talent or something, or I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's just basically filler content, basically, which could be done used a lot better.
As always. Now, I'll be honest with you.
Philadelphia content. Who knows?
I very rarely watch AEW. I tend to catch a few highlights here and there.
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it a few times, but yeah, I mean, it ain't no TNA, is it?
No.
But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, I'm just saying hello to everybody, and whoever's in the chat, make sure you say hello. We will try and include you in the show as best we can. And if you've got anything to say on any of the subjects we're talking about, then please feel free. There hasn't been a massive amount of TNA news this week. As you say, a lot of it been sort of kind of everything's been focused on WrestleMania. Now, what's interesting?
That's disgusting.
This year is the first time that TNA have not really done that much over the Mania weekend. Now, I'm going to ask a question here. Is that a smart thing? Have they done that on purpose? Like literally, because if you think about it, they literally were pretty quiet the entire weekend.
Yeah, I know. Like Tasha Steelz and Jessica Havoc and Rosemary were at WrestleCon over the weekend, and Savannah Evans is taking time off to look after her dog.
great reason.
Things like that. So everyone in general, they have been basically letting WrestleMania blow over, let AEW try and outperform it and make themselves look ridiculous and failing because Tony Khan's just pissing everybody off regardless of what he's doing. So it's basically let that blow over, and then they're focusing more on Rebellion, which is now this week. So they just let WrestleMania slide and building up to Rebellion, then we'll be building up to everything else to come afterwards. I think it's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing as well. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, why try and compete WrestleMania weekend? Why? You're right. What is the point? Like, because you're not going to win, are you? So
no, I'll tell you one thing though. Natalia Neidhart is looking to go and face Jordynne Grace, and Jordynne Grace has said, "Well, why didn't she step over into TNA for a match if WWE will let her?" Yeah,
I mean, the only news I saw, that happening. I can see that happening as well. But
bloody brilliant.
Kind of like the only real sort of stuff I saw John Gresham put some stuff out. That, he was obviously around Philly at the time. You've got Jordynne Grace, like you say, was out there. There was a few things going on from individual wrestlers, but what I'm saying is that you've not really heard anything from TNA. Now, obviously, I noticed that they released the best of Cody Rhodes in TNA on YouTube channel, and I'm sure they've probably done that on the Plus app as well. I mean, fair play. That why not? Make the most of it.
Yeah.
Hey, nice to see you, mate. But you're right. Why compete? Why even try? I mean, there's a rumor out there that that TNA officials were at WrestleMania, whether they were having any conversations with regards to future endeavors. See what there.
Masha still wants Mia Yim still. She never got that match against Mia Yim, and she mentioned that on Twitter as well. So it's like Jordynne Grace and Tasha Steelz are already saying, these are two people we want to face, and Natalia's saying she wants to face Jordynne Grace as well. So there's definitely the door open for the Knockouts and some of the women in WWE to do some awesome more stuff together. That's fantastic.
Yeah, possibly. I suppose we're just gonna have to wait and see. But from what I gather, it doesn't look like AEW or Tony Khan has come out too well over this weekend as well. A lot of the stuff I can see is damning AEW and damning Tony Khan. But hey, whatever. We're not here to talk about that. So let's get slapped back into the news, rumors, and of course the TNA Impact recap of the week. And exactly. TNA is always good at highlighting, talents. When they get titles and stuff, letting people know where they were and all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I think we lost Craig for a minute there. He's not got the best Wi-Fi connection at times, but I'm sure we'll be back in a second. But Joe Hendry's food fight featuring personal concierge George Iceman. Did you get to see this, Joe? I did.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. Now, like Ross Foreman was on there and all sorts.
Yeah, that was funny. Ross Foreman coming on and just completely throwing everything up in the air, really distracting everybody. That was brilliant. And Joe Hendry's almost sort of taking the piss out of George Weissman being the personal concierge, deliberately not pronouncing him as the concierge and announcing him properly and taking little digs at him and Ash By Elegance to try and wind him up.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a good one.
It's definitely a good one. I think I definitely recommend it if you want to go and check. If you've not seen Joe Hendry's food fight, you want to go and check it out because I think it's really good.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, it's important that we get involved in these. I think they're really good. So make sure you go and check them out. It looks like Limpster's hiding backstage. Hopefully he'll come in any second now. I just want to wish happy birthday to Tasha Steelz, and of course that was for last Wednesday, and of course Savannah Evans this week. former tag partners. We know that Savannah's taking a little bit of time off at the minute, but Tasha Steelz is back with a vengeance, so hopefully we can see a bit more of her. Okay. But happy birthday anyway. Terrible. You got to roll your R's. Okay. I don't know. She was trying to teach me how to do that in an interview once.
Yeah.
I wasn't having any of it. Terrible. Just a quick hello, because I think James has turned up. James Bryan, Zach Bonifer, Nitro 32. Nice to see you in the house as well. So, definitely people coming in today, which is good to see. We've also recently had the good news. I think it came out just after Impact aired that, of course, Jonathan Gresham has signed with TNA. Now, we knew that he had a short-term deal, but it looks like you could say he's re-signed, I guess, with TNA. And, of course, this past week on Impact, we saw him having counseling, shall we say? But what are your thoughts on Jonathan Gresham being signed now?
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I think it's fantastic news. I had a feeling that he, I knew towards the end of last year he was doing some stuff around the UK and around the rest of Europe, and it was where he was going to go from there. I'm pretty TNA was the place I was expecting him to come back to. I wasn't expecting him to go anywhere else, but I like how that they've brought him back. It's basically like he's gone away to basically reassess his place in the roster, and now he's decided to come back. That's how they're putting it across. So that's the impression I got from the segment we got this week with Jonathan Gresham and some of the guys backstage. It's like you're going to calm down now. You're going to be chill. Okay.
No, I thought it was good. I like the way they're doing it. Hopefully we'll see more of that moving forward. I believe it said that was part 1.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how many parts we got to that. Maybe there's only 2, I don't know, but at least it'll give us a little bit more insight. What do you think about the signing of Gresham, Craig?
I've got a very different opinion. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do for us. I'm not sure what he's doing on our payroll, and I don't really know what he brings to the table because I don't really see much of a character in him. I could appreciate his angle that he done with the Ring of Honor boys when it was Honor No More and stuff like that. That was cool. It died a death, and then he was just kind of loitering. He's disappeared, and he's come back, and I'm not sure where he's going to go. I don't know. I don't want to say bad things about him. Like, he's a hell of a wrestler, but there's just no character there. I don't see what he offers us, to be fair.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, everyone has got their own opinion. I'm happy to see him sign, and I'll tell you why. It's mainly to do with the fact that, he is a former Ring of Honor World Champion. He is a quality wrestler. He can do pretty much anything.
Yeah.
He is the man of like 1,000 holds or whatever it is. So it's good to see that. Maybe what TNA will bring out of him is character, something that we haven't seen yet.
Like we make stars. We can't, like, anyone who says like, "Oh, what do you watch TNA for?" I'm like, I watch the guys before they become the guy in the other companies. Do you know what I mean? Like, look, Cody's just won the belt. Look what he done in Impact. Yeah,
he was good. He was good for Impact. So it just goes to show, and he was great. AEW did a fantastic job in New Japan, hence why they wanted him back.
Yeah.
He's a quality, he's a star. He was also released this week that is it Miyu Yamashita, I think is how you pronounce it. Am I right?
I haven't got a clue.
What did you say?
Mayu or Miyu? I'm not sure.
It might be Mayu.
My Japanese isn't fantastic.
Yamashita.
We're just making cat noises at this point.
Meow.
Yeah. She is coming to the Impact tapings in Las Vegas. They've made a big thing about that. She's obviously a big star in New Japan. I have seen her. I've definitely seen this one wrestle a few times. So,
Hello, Terrence.
We need to release a big star. I think they need to release a big male star as well, which will help on those ticket sales. I don't think the ticket sales are going particularly well. I think that might, show them that you're not supposed to go and do a major pay-per-view in the same city like within 4 months. That's kind of dumb. But there you go. That's where it goes. But Gibson is saying the same thing. Hopefully TNA will offer him a long contract that will bring out a character in him, build it up. Yeah, it'd be good. Hey Tara, it's nice to see you. So Xplosion, boys. Now, did you get to see Xplosion?
Yes, I did. They had the Monsters Ball match between the Wolves and Decay.
That's right.
Fucking brilliant match. And then they had
Chris Sabin was on with Gear Miller around the ring.
Yeah, I forgot the other match that was on. I think,
and the match that was an absolute banger.
Yeah,
was
but the triple threat match
was Ace versus Bailey versus Kushida. I've literally written here in brackets, wow, because it was a hell of a match. But Kushida gets the win. I was surprised. I honestly thought that they were going to give it to either Ace or Bailey, but Kushida gets the win.
Yeah, I thought Ace Austin was going to get it because he's now signed for at least another three or 4 years.
Yeah, but that puts Kushida in a really good place to look at a potential X Division push.
Yeah, that's the flip side to it as well. So, and it was a bloody brilliant match. There's too much to say to dragging on the show. The best thing to do is now that it's on YouTube for free. It's on TNA Plus.
Yeah,
go and check it out.
It's a hell of a match.
Yeah, it's incredible match.
And I have to say the Chris Sabin.
I'm going to go back and watch that. I think
definitely the Chris Sabin interview is with Gia Miller was pretty good as well.
Yeah.
So lots of cool stuff. I think Xplosion's good. I'm enjoying Xplosion right now. I wish they would do another fresh match though. I think like they did before, where they had a good fresh match at the beginning and fresh match at the end as well.
Yeah,
they need to do it.
They need to bring 2 matches back into it.
I think so.
I love this match.
I loved. Do you know what I loved? Right, I loved Rascalz. But there you go.
Oh,
this Thursday, steamy Chris Sabin. Now that was the best Chris Sabin. This Thursday, they will reveal the first few figures, I believe, for the Powertown collection. So stuff is moving on with that, which is good to see. The King of Florida's joined us. Apparently, he's a Predator, an Alien versus Predator movie. No idea, mate. This is a wrestling podcast. There you go. So anyway, who do you think we're going to get? Come on, let's have a.
I think it was already announced that I know at least 3 of them. There's Moose, Jordan Grace, and Eddie Edwards, and I think the 4th one is Brian Myers. I'm not sure, or Chris Bay or Frankie Kazarian. I'm not sure who the 4th one is, but I know 3 of them because I can remember them being announced.
Well, you gave 3 or 4 potentials right there, mate. So I don't know. What about you, Craig? What do you think?
I'm indifferent because at the moment my Wi-Fi is just playing up. So yeah,
you're indifferent. You got no idea what potential figures we could get. I want a Rosemary one. That's what I want.
Slurred words.
I want a Rosemary and Havoc and a Crazy Steve. I'd be all over those.
Yeah, that'll definitely be one for the next batch after the first lot at least. But I know at least 3. The first 3 are Moose, Eddie Edwards, and Jordan Grace. And
that would be good. There must be another one.
Then there is a 4th one, which I think is Brian Myers. I'm not sure.
Or could it be a legend, which is why they haven't revealed it?
I'm sure they did, but I just can't remember.
Scott D'Amore.
If they brought Scott D'Amore, that would be amazing. It would be a great way to just say no holds barred.
I think it could be someone like Gail Kim.
Yeah, Gail Kim would be good. So
yeah, proper legend of the knockouts.
Tommy Dreamer.
God no, nobody needs to see those. No one needs to see those flabby arms.
That's not a dig at Tommy Dreamer. I would like to see Tommy Dreamer.
Oh my God, I would not. I would absolutely not. Okay,
No,
so
then I could almost replay the entire Eddie Edwards versus Moose rivalry.
I'd rather have Sammy Callahan.
Yeah, because we need Sam. Then I need a Sammy Callahan toy, and we have Moose, Eddie Edwards, and Tommy Dreamer, and then I just have to find a random thing for Alicia Edwards and Sammy Callahan.
I'd rather just have Eddie Edwards, Sammy Callahan, and a baseball bat, and relive the eye socket incident.
Oh God, that was so hard to watch.
Yeah, mate. That would be great. But anyway, rumors are afoot that Slammiversary could well be in Canada. What are your thoughts on that?
Who didn't see it coming?
I'm all for that.
Yeah. Who didn't see it coming? I think it's a brilliant idea to bring Slammiversary back to Canada. Look, as long as they don't then bring Bound for Glory back to Vegas or somewhere they've already been. It would be good in a way if they did go back to Vegas, but then the other way would be try and spread it around a bit more for 2024. but okay. Slammiversary going back to Canada, I think that was where the first Slammiversary was as well, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, awesome!
It wasn't in Canada.
Take it to Canada, and you watch Scott Moore return. Just walks in and just Canadian Destroyer on, like, I don't know, Savannah Evans.
Yeah, Savannah Evans was
for no reason.
The rumor is that they could be looking to go to Montreal as opposed to anywhere else. But
that would be bloody brilliant. They could get a bigger venue in Montreal. That would be amazing.
Yeah, man. You need to have it. I think they need to be looking at 2,500 for Slammiversary, if not heading towards 3, in my opinion. But we'll have to see.
Sorry, I seen a comment. Who said that? Someone said about the Power Tower announcement video. Said it's Josh, Moose, Jordan, and Eddie. On the what was that skit last week? Who was it you said? Was it Chris Bay or the wrong guy? When he was talking to Alicia, your favorite Bison. He was talking to Alicia, and they were on about the belts. They were on about the gold. No, that wasn't Chris Bay.
That was Masha.
Yeah.
It was she interrupted Masha Slamovich, and then
there was it was Trent, wasn't it? Trent went up to them and he said, you've got gold, you've got gold. And
Trent 7 started putting out that everyone's got gold apart from Alicia Edwards.
Right, so here's my theory. Alicia gets gold by the end of the year. Alicia will be Knockouts champion. Well, I say Knockouts champion. I'm going to throw a spin on it and say possibly digital media champion because it might be a more accessible belt at this time. But right. Alicia will get a championship, and I probably muttered about this the other week, and that said that like I've got this like theory. Let me just blurt it out as quick as possible. I won't keep you too long. So. Going back to Sammy Callahan, going back to Eddie Edwards and the baseball.
So I go and get my pillow.
Yes, get comfy, get some Horlicks. Remember, I'm 67. I've had a good life. Basically, my theory is that if you look at what Eddie was doing back then, he had this bad boy storyline, and he brought his wife into the show and stuff. Sammy Callahan undoubtedly should have been fired. I will say that I wouldn't have wanted him to, but he should have been fired because that instant, lack of care, and stuff like that. Anyway, I've got this theory that Eddie Edwards has got something tied into his contract that Alicia has to have something year after year. She has to have something. So she has so many matches or so many spots and stuff like that. Now we're seeing her in quite a prominent role now. She's part of quite possibly the biggest stable in TNA at present. So I reckon by the end of the year, she will have a belt because then the system has all the gold. We haven't seen the stable have all the gold for a long time, but I really thought that City Machine Guns would have had the tag titles, the X Division, and the heavyweight title all at once. I thought that would have been the creme de la creme. But I really do think that that's the last belt that the system needs. They need like a Knockouts or possibly a digital media championship. And I reckon she's going to get gold.
I think Masha Slamovich is coming into the system.
Yeah, so do I.
I think Alicia Edwards, they're going to get the
like
tag
that.
team gold, and then
There we go.
Masha Slamovich becomes a member of the system, so then she'll win the Knockouts title later in the year. Ironically, this was one of the routes I had going through my mind when I saw the system, that eventually Masha Slamovich does get involved in with the system.
Yeah.
And now that it's
can
coming,
do the speaking for her now.
now that it's come through, I've got goosebumps. And a quick update on Killer Kelly: she is technically signed until 2025, so she's with us till the summer next year.
She was just
Bring back the ass.
She's just taking a break because she's a little injured.
Yeah,
so she's just taking a break. That's all. All that crap that was going on, but I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She's not long since signed. But anyway, so okay, well, you got some interesting theories there. I think you're full of shit, but
you would. I know you love your Alicia.
I can't see Alicia Edwards winning gold in any way, shape, or form. I could see.
Musa said it's going to happen. Musa's and the champ, and the system always wins, and the system.
I can see. I don't give a shit. I can see that Masha coming into the system. I can see that, and I could see Masha ending up winning the Knockouts title. Definitely. Alicia Edwards, although she looks great in chaps, is not champion material. She's not, and that would be daft to put a title on Alicia Edwards. I'm sorry. It would be silly, because no other company would do that, because they know she's not a championship material. She's a good mid-card filler, but she's not championship. She's not the sort of person you put a championship on. I'm sorry, she's not. So can you stop filling the world with lies?
Oh, she's been champion on the independent scene quite a few times.
Conspiracy, yeah, but she's never been champion where it matters. That's the thing.
That's saying the independent scene doesn't matter. That's now like going back on all the praise you've had for other guys on the independent scene, like Jake Christ and Sammy Callahan, and God knows saying it doesn't matter. Oh,
but even then, she's not had a title in a big indie, has she?
No. Not that I can remember off the top of my head. No.
There's a big difference to being a champion of a promotion like Wrestling Revolver, than being a champion of Bush Wrestling League, with 10 people in the crowd. There's a big difference. But in the end of the day, I don't know. I don't think I like her. This is the thing. Oh yeah, you're in here twice, dude. What's going on?
Yeah. I don't know. How's that happened?
I don't know. I like her a lot. I like Alicia, but we had this conversation, Craig, at the show. I like her a lot, right? But I'm also a realist, and I don't see her as someone to carry a title. But there you go. That's just my thought. I mean, I could be wrong.
Oh, I'm totally with you. I don't see that she'd be the right person to carry the title. But I just think that we like at this point with TNA, we should expect the unexpected. Like if Vince Russo can be a champ, if David Arquette can be a champ, then why can't Alicia?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, Gibster saying you win the digital media belt. No one really cares about that. I mean, maybe. For me, though, I think her best chance of a belt would be as a tag partner.
Yeah.
I can't see her winning it on her own. That's the thing. So maybe if
Knockouts tag team titles with Masha Slamovich. That's what I'm
saying. Maybe if Masha takes her in.
Yeah.
And they
Alicia is technically taking her into the system.
I suppose you could say that.
Yeah.
You could. Oh, big hello! Shout out to my lovely friend Katie.
Hello.
There you go. All these people jumping in the old chat. There's loads in there. Look, Gibster's in there, Barry's in there, Norris is in there. Katie's obviously in there, which is lovely to see. What else? Hang on, Barry's in there, Barry Monkey. Loads of people in the chat. It's looking good. All right, let's get cracked on into Impact recap, shall we?
You are
I'm going to get him on. I'm going to try and get him on one day.
You are back from diving.
Yeah, man, I am. He wants to come on. I've spoken to him. He does want to come on, but it's down, it's down to the team.
If he comes on, I won't be playing that if he comes on because I don't want to offend him.
No, whatever.
Yeah, you will. You got it.
Yeah, whatever. He already watches the show, mate. So he's
Yeah.
seen you doing it. He's seen you doing it. Right.
Off.
All right, God. Jeez, calm down. Calm down. You're taking it way too far.
He's got that said.
That's disgusting.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that is disgusting.
So Impact
Disgusting.
Impact starts off hot with Mustafa Ali versus Rhino in an old school rules match, in which Ali held his own. I'm not going to lie, but eventually Ali actually pulls off the victory to win the old schools match over Rhino. But after the match, the number one contender for the X Division title, Jake Something, is about to attack Ali when he's saved by a member of security team. Something takes out the guard with a huge power bomb. I thought, do you know what, right? I actually enjoyed the ending or this segment more than I enjoyed the match. I thought the match was pretty good. It was all right. But I love the bit. I thought the ending was the way that, with this business with Jake and stuff was badass. What do you think? What do you think, Joe?
Oh, the way Jake Something sent a hell of a message at the end of this match. That was amazing. That powerbomb, Christ, that made the powerbomb Roman Reigns into Cody look like pathetic. Jackknife powerbomb by Jake Something compared to the jackknife by Roman Reigns. Oh my God, it was just wow. The power difference between those guys is just insane, and it's crazy. I've watched the WrestleMania match before watching TNA, so if I'm comparing the two, then please don't take it as a jab at either company or anything like that. It's just what's coming through my mind at first and second. So I do apologize.
Jake's power bombs are immense.
Jake's power bombs are insane. Yeah. It's like Trevor Lee. He's pound for pound one of the biggest, strongest guys on the rosters. He used to do some absolute badass power bombs as well for a guy his size and his height. It's a bit. Jake Something is like he makes the entire ring bounce.
Yeah, he does.
It's insane.
It's the same with AJ Francis when he does the choke slam.
Yeah,
you get something like 7 foot in the air.
Yeah,
and then boom.
The actual power behind some of these moves is actually felt when you see it happening. It's just so insane.
Absolutely. Now, Gia Miller interviews Hammerstone in front of the stage. Miller asks him if he's scared of Josh Alexander after he didn't answer the open challenge last week. Hammerstone says he's bigger, stronger, and faster than Josh Alexander, so he has no reason to be afraid. Hammerstone agrees to face Josh Alexander one more time, but it's going to be on his terms. April 20th, Rebellion. Hammerstone places Alexander's stolen headgear on the cameraman and assaults him with a torture rack. So obviously Hammerstone's name in the place. It looks like we're going to get Hammerstone versus Josh Alexander at Rebellion. So we're going to get the rubber match, as they call it.
It's been confirmed.
It has been confirmed. The posters come out and everything, so it's all good. But I love the bit where he sticks the headgear on the cameraman, then assaults him with the torture rack. I was like,
that's one of my favorite submission moves. It's so good to see someone pull that off again. It's one of those moves that you don't see often. I love the torture rack. It's one of my favorites. I've saying to Hammerstone after I saw it, this is one of my favorite submissions. I'm so glad to see it back. I got a thumbs up from Hammerstone.
Nice. What do you think of this one, Craig?
Oh, nice.
What do you think of all this?
Oh man, I just think to see Hammerstone, to see the way that Hammerstone's come in, and the way that he's got that presence and stuff like that, it's just amazing. And I think I've got to agree with Joe as well. Seeing the torture rack, I was a WCW boy, so seeing Lex Luger finish matches with it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm keen to see Hammerstone, just completely just run amok on the whole roster. To be fair, because you know, we've definitely got a star on board, and I hope he sticks around for quite some time because, you know, we've got a wicked rivalry between him and Josh, and I just think that, like, you know, the future is just going to be wild with him on board.
Yeah, totally. I agree with that 100%.
I love his promo work as well. His promo work is a lot better than I would thought he would have coming. I thought he would be a bit flat coming in, and then it was then really quickly build up his promo work then. But he's come in and he's nailed it to a T almost straight away. And he's
done good.
Really sold himself as someone you just don't want to fuck around with.
He has. He's done real good. He really has. Now, once all this was dealt with, the Rascalz then come out and start insulting the city of Philadelphia as good old classic heel tactics as they take to the ring for the tag team action. They're confronted by their opponents, the New Era FBI, which is comprised of Little Guido, Maritato, Zach Clayton, and Ray Jazz. Anyway, so we then get obviously the Rascalz versus FBI, and to be honest, it was quite a short match, but we ended up with a Rascalz win. What were your thoughts on the new version of FBI, Craig?
Do you know what? I just think that it's a bit of a nod to the past, and I thought it was quite tasteful, to be fair. You know, obviously with like the American fans, you know, they've got that like Jersey sort of like Italian crossover link and stuff like that, haven't they? I kind of like it. It's not had as much of an impact as say the new LAX did, but you know, I'd listened to last week's show and your conversation about Santana and like, you know, Conan and like a new LAX on that. But like, the FBI, I don't think they had that sort of impact as such, but I'm interested to see where they're going to go. Because yet again, it's added another team to our tag team division. And like, you know, I would argue with anyone who says about wrestling companies, Impact, TNA, GFW, whatever you want to call it, they've always had the best tag team division, if you know what I mean. The tag teams that have been like, you know, in the spotlight for wrestling, they've always had the best ones. So I think it's too early to say, you know, it'd be too early to write off FBI, but you know, I think they look quite promising. They look quite good.
It's really nice that they've brought some them in, because Deonna Purrazzo was also joined them on AEW. So, as well. So I think that's nice that they've you know that as a group they're going across more companies than just TNA or just AEW. So that's interesting too. I thought that whole dynamic was really good. And
yeah.
So.
But I think of you.
I heard of the Flash Budget Italians, but I didn't see them their first appearance in TNA. And the first time I really saw anything was when I saw Deonna Purrazzo posting that she's becoming a part of them on AEW, or she's working alongside them at least.
Well, there you go. It's nice to see Eli Samuel in the in the chat. We've not seen you in the chat for a while, bud. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so let's move on. John, meaning John Gresham, attends a meeting where he shares his progress with the group. John says that if he wants people to listen to him, he needs to wear a mask. If you want to be honest, then you have to live a lie. What were your thoughts on this promo? I mean, like I say, it was a video package. He was talking about wearing his mask. I mean, I assume he meant wearing his like octopus mask and all that kind of stuff. What are your thoughts on this one, Joe?
I'm really waiting for the next part before I can really make a judgment. I was just happy to see Jonathan Gresham is coming back into TNA more than anything else. But his character was like, it was about being blunt and being honest and everything, and then that started to go to try and exploit how things in TNA weren't working. And that, so he's almost like going back on his word there and sort of saying he needs to just put his views aside if he wants people to listen to him. So the mask is him putting his like opinion to the back, and pretending not to fully engross who, or if that's the right word, or whatever the right word would be, embrace who he is, and but still be like the Octopus. So still be the technical wrestling master that he is. Just not bring his attitudes towards with that character.
Okay. Well, we then have Gia Miller interview Speedball Mountain after Mike Bailey came up short against TNA World Champ or World Tag Team Champion anyway, Edwards last week. The system interrupts, but Trent Seven vows to bounce back as he challenges TNA World Champion Moose to a singles match the following week. So this week coming, we should get that match. Chris Bay versus Frankie Kazarian. And before the match, Kaz demands that Jade Chung announce him as the king of TNA. After what I would class is, I would say it was a very solid match. There was some good stuff in that match. It was a good, solid match. Kaz beats Chris Bay in the end. But what were your thoughts on this match? I'm going to go with Craig on this one because he straight away said good match. What were your thoughts on it? I thought this was a good match.
I just love the whole dynamic of it, to be fair, because it's like, again, it reminded me of the old TNA. It reminded me of the old Kazarian, just a full on, I don't know, it's just entertaining in every kind of angle, like we know what Kazarian is capable of, clearly, but like, just that asshole attitude about him, like, getting his own like introduction, stuff like that, and then just like the whole bit with the chair, and it's just insane how he's done it. It's just I love where he's going with his character, and I just think that again he's another one of our tip for gold. He's got to get gold of some sort by the end of the year.
Definitely.
Well, that's his plan. That's his plan, isn't it? He wants to make sure he's got gold. Quick hello to Melonhead. Thanks for joining us. Eli's saying that he thinks Chris Bay and Frankie Kazarian was fire. I agree. It was a really, really solid.
The
really
ultimate finesser, your girl's favorite wrestler, Chris Bay.
Chris Bay. Yeah, no, he's great. I like Chris Bay too. Okay, so we've got that one. Now, word going around the Knockouts locker room is that Killer Kelly is no longer the tag partner of Slamovich, following a string miscommunications between the two. As the only member of the system without a championship, Alicia Edwards offers to be Masha's partner in her rematch against the Knockout World Tag Team title Spitfire. Thoughts?
Yeah. I think there's a very, very high chance they could win the belts. Although part of me, I'm hoping that the tag team belts don't go so quickly, because we've had it jump between everybody a bit too much. So if it does happen, then this will need to be the last time it jumped from someone to someone that so soon. But either way, I think this is the beginning of Masha Slamovich getting into the system, and I'm all for it. And it's great to see Masha not being thrown out into nowhere and then waiting for something to happen. Because even if this tag team then falls apart, she can then go for the Knockouts title. But then there'll actually be like a valid reason for it, rather than Killer Kelly just disappearing and then Masha Slamovich has got like no build for anything or no goal for anything. It's just now there's actually a reason why she's going this direction and that direction.
Okay, so we then head back into the ring. Xia Brookside is there and refuses to exit the ring as personal concierge introduces Ash by Elegance. After what I thought was a pretty hard fought match, personal concierge pours champagne in Xia's eyes, and of course Ash by Elegance takes advantage of this to pick up the win. What were your thoughts on this one? Because I think it's very difficult, because they've obviously made Ash look quite strong, quite physical with the opponents she's got so far. But of course, she wasn't able to get as physical with Xia as she has done previously. What were your thoughts on this one, Craig?
I just think, like, I'm with you on that. She wasn't able to get as physical on that, but I just think that, like, this whole character development, because we've got to think, like, Ash by Elegance, she is a well-known star. With Xia Brookside, she's been in the press over here, saying about how she wasn't like brought up, or she wasn't hand gifted the whole wrestling career. She's had to do it herself. Yeah. And I think that like having these two together, we're going to see just amazing growth, especially for Brookside, because she's got like this brilliant mentor, and I just, as much as I'm seeing a rivalry between the girls, I think we're gonna just have some of the most underrated matches in wrestling, because those two, they're just gonna fully go at it on a pay-per-view at some point in the near future, I reckon, and it'll just be a 6 out of 5 matches that weird like dirt sheet guy keeps giving.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought it was a fantastic match. Xia Brookside just proved too much for By Elegance to dominate, basically. So she then goes to down the full heel route. And so if I can't beat you easily, I'll beat you however I can. And the champagne goes in the face. The match was incredible. We got to see some amazing athleticism from both wrestlers in this match. Xia Brookside is just incredible. By Elegance showing everyone that what she said to Bolly Ray that she was going to be bringing to TNA in that interview. Show off her athleticism, show off her dynamics and everything. And we saw that, and we've been seeing that in every other match, even though she's flattened everybody in most matches. We still saw it there.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I've got to say, I've just got to answer Mir. You're correct. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's coming. Don't worry, we've not forgotten about that.
It's on the agenda to talk about later. But I'm not going to give it any thought right now. Ace Austin and Chris Bay are arguing backstage after they both fell to Frankie Kazarian in the singles competition. They're interrupted by Rich Swann and, of course, AJ Francis. You are. Now known, of course, as First Class. Bay dares them to put their money where their mouth is against him and lays out a challenge for the tag match, which is accepted by Swan. And of course, we've got that this week. What were your thoughts on this First Class thing? I'm
I love it.
I'm intrigued. What about you, Joe? What do you think?
I think it's good too. We actually got to see a bit more of a actual solid promo work from Chris Bay. Not from Chris Bay, from Rich Swann. Sorry, we sort of screaming as he usually does. He's a bit more chilled and a bit more in character, a lot more in character. So I think this heel turn by Rich Swann is really going to help his mic work and everything too. So I'm hoping this doesn't lead to the breakup of the ABC, because I'm pretty sure next week, with all the friction between Ace Austin and Chris Bay at the moment,
there is a little bit there. There is a little bit, but I don't think it will.
I hope so. I hope it doesn't. We're going to get an amazing match between these two teams.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think it's.
Who do you reckon is going to get the 7-foot toe clamp?
Probably Ace Austin.
You reckon? I don't know. We'll see. I'll look forward to it. I'm sure. You know me. Sometimes I look at things. I think I'm not sure on that one, but when you look at the people involved, possibly could be a good match. Definitely. During an interview with Gia Miller, Matt Cardona and Steph DeLander reveal that they've returned to TNA Wrestling for 3 reasons: buzz, money, and gold. Last week, Cardona helped DeLander in the 8-4-1 match to become number 1 contender for the Knockouts for a title. She will challenge Jordan Grace at Rebellion. Pretty basic, straightforward promo here. It's nice to see Matt Cardona again. So I don't know. Let's see. Is Matt Cardona just there to back up Steph, or is he going to get his own push? I don't know, but it's good. It's good.
I think his intention is to back up Steph, but I've no doubt at least going to end up being put into at least 1 or 2 matches. Jordan Grace isn't going to let him interfere and not get away with it, basically. So Jordan Grace will try and kick his ass one way or another.
Yeah. We'll have to see. We then go in. We then go into the Nic Nemeth versus Alex Shelley main event. Now, this has been billed as the generational clash. You know, I mean, these guys are similar ages, but they are incredible wrestlers. So I didn't hold any bars on this one. I'm pretty much going to read the whole thing. So Shelley gains the early advantage by driving Nemeth's shoulder first into a steel ring post. The fight spills into the outside, where Shelley continues to target the left arm of Nemeth. Shelley wears him down with a straight jacket submission. Then clotheslines Nemeth back to the outside. Shelley once again turns his attention to the steel ring post, but Nemeth counters to create an opening. Nemeth is tying his laces when Shelley sneaks up behind him with a roll-up. Nemeth kicks out and shuts down Shelley with a back elbow. Nemeth hits the drop kick and Shelley bounces back with the chop block. Shelley hits dragon screw, then lets the figure four. Nemeth ducks the clothesline to begin quicken the pace. Nemeth hits a repeat elbow drop, but Shelley counters his 10th attempt. Nemeth fight of the Border City stretch, but gets back into tornado DDT. Shelley successfully locks in the Border City stretch to Nemeth, crawls to the ropes. Nemeth hits the DDT of his own, but Shelley gets his foot on the rope. This is all insane stuff. When before the referees count with 3, Nemeth connects with a super kick, but it's still not enough to keep him down. After countering each other's finishers, Nemeth puts Shelley away with a danger zone for 3. Nemeth obviously gets the win. What was going through your mind when you were watching this match? At one point I actually thought that Shelley was going to win. What about you, Joe? What were your thoughts on this? Because I'm like, there's no way Shelley's going to win. He can't win.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he can't win. He's got to put Nemeth over. But at one point, I'm like, he's going to win. Shelley's going to win.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts, Joe?
First, about halfway through the match, I was thinking, fucking hell, this is put WrestleMania's main event to shame. To start off with, my God, it was a fucking brilliant match. There's no politer way to put it. I'm probably sure there is, but not crossing my mind straight away. It was an amazing match. It was so unpredictable. You know, my expectation was Nic Nemeth was going to win, and it wasn't going to be easy. But my God, it got closer and closer than I thought it was going to be. I expected Shelley to make a mistake and then just pay for it. The way he dominated Nemeth from the start of the match, and Nemeth had to really claw his way back. He just proved to the entire locker room that he is ready to go for this world title that Moose has got. And if anything, he's proved to anyone who's still questioning, you know, why has he suddenly got a title shot? You know, forgetting that he's a champion in Japan already, and you know, he's already beaten Steve Macklin.
Yeah,
you know, this is just
and the Rascalz.
And the Rascalz. This is just a prime example of 2 of the greatest in pro wrestling, who've both been wrestling about the same length of time, who just never happened to cross paths because they were both at different companies, and it's happened at the right place and the right time. It's just
I mean, Shelley was a producer, wasn't he, for WWE for a while?
Yeah,
it's just until the pandemic, I believe.
Yeah, it's just a shame that this is happening at the end of the Motor City Machine Guns time at TNA. That's the only sad point. It's not a negative. It's just the only sad thing about the whole thing is that this will be the only time we'll see Nemeth versus Shelley for possibly ever, or on TNA at least, possibly ever.
But we got it. That's the main.
But we got it. Yeah,
we got it. No one else got it. We got it.
Exactly. Yeah, and we got a danger zone. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I love did you see the bit where they were doing on the danger? I loved all that. Loving it. But anyway, guys, listen, before we go on, we need you guys to hit that thumbs up button. It's really important. You hit the thumbs up button, you share the show, help us move up those rankings, and if you feel flushed in, obviously slap us a super sticker. That would be lovely. But the main thing is to share the show. Get it out there. Let everybody know that we're live. See if we can get as many people in to see us as we can. Hi, Courtney. Thanks for joining us. Grant's joined us.
Hello.
I think that's your friend, Grant, isn't it? Is that your
No
friend?
idea.
No, I thought that was your friend. Well, he seems to know you.
Good for him.
Maybe he goes to your nightclubs.
Is it Grant Mitchell? I don't know. Is it Phil's brother? Not sure.
You know. I don't know. You never know.
He likes my hat. You can have it.
Nice hat, Limpy. Look at that. He's even got a pet name for you. Limpy. Oh, you're your boyfriend.
Well, I was going to say, if he wants to send me money and flowers and stuff, and I'm fine with that.
That's good. That's good. I like it. I like it. I'm going to start calling you Limpy from now on.
I've been called a lot worse, believe me.
TNA Impact is we've got the PCO versus Con in a monsters ball. Con! Yeah. I know that Limpy can't wait. What about yourself, Joe? I know you want.
I'm actually I'm hoping this goes on a bit longer than the no disqualification match did, and I'm hoping we see a bit more. It doesn't become one-sided too quickly, because I thought the no disqualification match was a bit too one-sided in PCO's favor, and it didn't do Con any favors. This match might be the turning point that he really does need to really show that he is. He's really in TNA to do something other than be beaten up and
steal a wage.
Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Nemeth, is that Courtney?
Yeah, that's Courtney. She yeah, we didn't know that, but apparently she is Nic Nemeth's wife. So who are we to deny that title?
Yeah.
Is that right? Oh, tidy. Fair play.
Lucky bastard.
Anyway, I'm kind of I'm similar to Barry on this one. PCO was one of my favorite wrestlers last year, but so far this year, this Con thing, I don't think it's not really panned out the way I think they thought it would. I don't know. It's not quite right. I thought the Monsters Ball match was going to be at the Rebellion pay-per-view.
I thought it was going to be at Rebellion. That's my biggest nitpick about it. Is I thought it would be better to put it at Rebellion, either to kick off the show or put it on like the second match of the main card. It would just have a bit more atmosphere.
It could have gone on the pre-show, couldn't it?
Or the pre-show. It would just mean a bit more. But PCO, he needs someone like we had with the best in Jeff Hardy. That's who PCO needs. So if Crazy Steve could go after a PCO at some point, that would be incredible. That's the sort of dynamic. If PCO is the new monster, then you think of the monster, you think of Abyss, and Abyss had guys like Jeff Hardy was one of his biggest rivalries.
What a legend!
Oh, love the Abyss, man.
That's
Jake something. He kind of does the Black Hole Slam, doesn't he?
Yeah. Like
and he does credit. He credits him for it as well, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good. Which is good. Gibbs is saying, do you think they are going to eventually make Con and PCO a tag team like they did with Masha and Killer Kelly? I don't know, actually.
Yeah, make them knockout champs.
It would work if it. I do see it. If it does happen, it could work. But
they
need to really fix both the characters first and really make it believable that they're going to work together.
Just suck them both. It's fine. We've got plenty of other talent that can take their place. We don't need these delusional weird old men. They're fine. Just let them go.
You've got me.
Hang on a minute, Limpy. Look at that, Limpy's playing footsie with Grant now.
I've had a text. I know it is now.
Oh right, okay. Who is it? He's a friend.
It's a code name. It's Scott Demore. He's just dropped into the chat, but he doesn't want everyone to think it's Scott Demore. That's what.
Okay, fair. No worries. We've also got Moose versus Trent 7. Moose. Now, regardless of anything this is going to be probably a really, really good match. I'm a massive Trent fan, so Trent Seven is the man versus, the TNA legend, the Moose. I think this would be a pretty solid match. We've also got Jordan Grace and the Steph DeLander contract signing. And we all know contract signings never go smoothly. So it should be interesting. I believe Matt Cardona will be.
Yeah, Matt Cardona will give a radio silence to Jordan Grace as she's still sat down. Take her off the chair.
Yeah.
All right. We've then got ABC versus First Class, because if you're not going first class, you're last. What a shit saying.
Talladega Nights, that was, wasn't it? If you ain't first,
mate.
you're last.
That's it's rubbish. If you ain't first class, you're last. What
They should just done the shake and bake like they did on Talladega Nights as well. That would have just set it off, I think.
So anyway, I think that'll probably be a really good match. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We've also got Laredo Kid versus Crazy Steve for the DMC title. No stipulations or anything. I think it's just a straight on match. So and that looks pretty good.
Really looking forward to this one. It's long overdue. We touched on the interview last week. About how this match was meant to be booked for Hard to Kill, but Laredo Kid couldn't get there. So the fact that it's finally coming around now is just great to see. Now that Laredo Kid's got some time.
He deserves it. He deserves a shot.
And he deserves it. So I'm really looking forward to this, regardless of the winner.
Yeah, it'll be good. And I have noticed a distinct lack of a knockouts match. So I'm going to assume that we're going to get one sort of kind of thrown together on the show.
Yeah.
Because I'd be very surprised if we don't have a knockouts match. That's kind of strange. But guys, listen, it's pretty much all we've got time for this week. We've pretty much covered absolutely everything. I think tomorrow's going to be a really good show, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, also
one thing we did drop out, Myron Reed. Did we not mention Myron Reed popped up during the Rascalz match? He's back.
No, we didn't mention it. Yeah,
that's good dynamic.
Yes.
Right.
So hopefully Myron's back for a while. He's not just there for tapings. It would be good. He hasn't turned up on the roster page, but it would be good. They need to get him signed. I'm sorry, but I've said this for about 2 years now, haven't I, Jack?
Yeah.
Sign fucking Myron Reed. What's going on? I'm glad he's on there, but they should sign him. Honest to God. He's awesome. But as I said, that's all we've got time for this week. So if you want to support us for TNI UK team, please feel free to super sticker us or head over to prowrestlingtees.com/Total Nonstop Impact for some great shirts, or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links are in, of course, below. We do have the brand spanking new impacted logo shirts available, hoodies, mugs, all that kind of stuff. So go and check that out. All TNI shows are available to obviously all you listen on the Go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you list your favorite shows. We are there. Where can we find you on the socials, Limpster?
It's pretty much on that.
Sorry, Limpy.
It's LimpstarUK on Instagram, on TikTok, and you'll find me on Facebook. I'm pretty decent in the whole sense of if you follow me, I'll follow you back. You tickle me, I tickle you. So but yeah, I'm pretty much just everywhere at the minute. So it'd be good to catch people kind of away from the show, and then we can catch up again on Wednesdays.
For sure. What about you, Joe? Where can we find you, bub?
You can find me on Twitter at JOKEmptySpace. You can jump onto Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. Look for #EmptySpace, #Into the Void, or if you fancy to tickle your toes with any sense of humor, #DailyGiggle. An approach to the money you just might keep your sanity.
Of course, if you want to follow TNI on the socials, whether that be the X, whether that be on the Facebook, the Instanet, wherever it is that you want to find us, we will be available at We Talk Impact. Go and follow us, subscribe to us, do whatever it is that you need to do to us at We Talk Impact. Find me at Lord Bison 45 on the X. And of course, If you want to follow me on the TikTok at Bison by Design, go and check it out on there. I add some TikTok stuff every now and again, certainly with regards to my fitness journey, that kind of stuff, and about what my mind thinks as well. You'll be interested to see. I share things related to how my mind works as well. So go and check some of those things out on there as well. You might find it's a crazy space up there. You never know. Please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget, of course, to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or of course, a smash, to never miss any of the great content coming out from the TNI UK and US teams each and every single week. All I've got to say really is don't forget to check out the boys tomorrow night on the review show. They do a fantastic job over there, so make sure you go and check them out. It's normally about sort of 15-20 minutes after Impact is finished airing. If you're in the UK, I suggest you just stick to us because that's going to be pretty early in the morning. If not, make sure you catch them on replay. Catch them on a replay. It's important. With all that said, I've been Bison. Of course, they've been Joker and the nightclub specialist Limpster. And this has been episode 176, of course, of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.